Welcome back to WagerTalk.com. I'm your host, Marco D'Angelo, joined in studio by the smiling Brian Leonard. That's a shout out to the guy on Twitter last week that said, Brian, smile once in a while. I replied, that's his natural look all the time. All right, Brian, we've got the New York Football Giants at the Dallas Cowboys. And I tell you what, this is just, let's say it, this is the Marcoism Bowl, because I've got every phrase that I've ever thrown out there is in this game. Where do you want me to start?
It's interesting. First off, I usually smile when you want to bet me something on our videos because I know that's a free lunch. But also, I'm at the Tuesday meeting yesterday, and I didn't even know what where your pick was on this game. And I says, I know who Marco likes in this game without even knowing what your pick was, because there's so many things laying up here for you.
Absolutely. Let's start with it. We got, first off, you can go with no team is as good as their best game, or are they as bad as their worst game? See the New York Football Giants. They looked horrible on Sunday Night Football last week. Nationally televised game. We always love, Brian, when we get these marquee games and somebody really, let's face it, craps the bed, okay? Because nobody is going to want them next week. And you get built-in value right away on that team. Now let's look at it the other side. Oh, do we have a fat and sassy coming here with Dallas? Coming off, see, I got him to smile. How can Dallas not be fat and sassy after beating, let's look at what they did. 3 weeks ago, they undressed the Saints on Sunday Night Football. Then go last week to Seattle. It wasn't a primetime game, but that was the national feed for the late games. And went to a ball, to a stadium that everybody says you can't win there. And not only win, they dominated that game. That score shouldn't even have been as close as it looked, because if you look at the stats, Seattle did absolutely nothing in this game.
Yeah, offensively they didn't. Dallas is one of those teams that a lot of people took a lot of bad information on them, because I had them season wins under, and they've been really impressive. I mean, every week we've had some Dallas videos in the past here. And they continue to overperform, and you got to admit, maybe they're just a good team at this point. Problem is, the way this line's gone, there's no value anymore if you wanted to play Dallas.
Well, fortunately for me, my friend, I don't want to play Dallas. I want the New York Giants here, and this is a situation if Dallas, let me put it to you this way. If Dallas comes in and wins this game this week and is dominant, then we're going to throw out all of the old stats with Dallas, because this is going to be a totally different team. Mm-hmm. But history has dictated to us that Dallas, off of a game like they had last week, they don't show up the next week. We've got the stat out there. We've talked about it many times on shows, videos, podcasts. If you just blindly bet the underdog in Dallas games since 2010, guys, you would now be 46-22. That buys a lot of buffets, my friend.
It's bought them in the past. That's one of those stats that made a lot of money in the past. I don't know if it's going to project in the future.
But so far, it's still profitable this year. It's winning this year as well.
It's still winning. I just have to discount it a little bit. Everybody knows that.
But it's going to be a situation. That's why I said if Dallas, because this screams this is not their situation. Mm-hmm. If they come through and get the money, then yes, I'll reevaluate Dallas after this. But we talked about this a couple weeks ago when they played the Houston Texans off of the New Orleans game. What'd they do? They had to go to overtime against Houston in a situation where they should have blew Houston out.
And you're talking about the Giants here. Take a look at their schedule for the next few weeks. Very tough schedule for the Giants. If the Giants have any aspirations about making the playoffs, they've got to come to play this week.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and say it. Take the New York Football Giants. I'm going to go ahead and go out on a limb. I'm calling it the Giants 27, Dallas 24. It'll wreck some teasers, buddy. There's going to be a lot of teasers on Dallas on Sunday. I don't want to talk about teasers from last week. Last week was not a good week. He's Brian Leonard. I'm Marco D'Angelo. We're going to be back. We've got a bonus NFL game for you. You might be a little bit interested in this one. It's going to be a good one. San Francisco, Denver, Sunday Night Football. WagerTalk.com.